Konnichiwa, minna-san. Welcome back to Say It and Go Japanese, your go-to podcast for picking up super useful Japanese phrases without, getting bogged down in grammar books. I'm Charles.
And I'm Danielle, and we are so excited to be here with you today, ready to dive into some really practical stuff.
Absolutely, Danielle. Today we're tackling a topic that I think is incredibly important for anyone trying to, really connect with people in Japan, and that's socializing.
Oh, definitely. Whether you're traveling, living there, or even just meeting Japanese people in your own country, knowing how to smoothly introduce yourself and make a little small talk, it just makes such a huge difference, right?
It really does. It opens doors. And, we're not talking about deep philosophical discussions here. We're talking about those essential everyday phrases that just make you feel more comfortable and confident.
Exactly. So let's start with the very basics, small talk. Because, even if you don't speak a lot of Japanese, just having a few go-to phrases can really break the ice.
Yeah, definitely. And the weather is always a safe bet, right? So a classic one is ii o tenki desu ne, which means the weather is nice, isn't it? That ne at the end just makes it conversational, like seeking agreement.
Oh, I love that one. Ii o tenki desu ne. So I is good, otenki is weather, and desune is that isn't it confirmation tag, right? It's so useful.
Spot on, Danielle. It's very polite and conversational. You can use it anywhere, at the train station, in a cafe, even at a business meeting if it's, very casual. And you can swap it out for other conditions too.
Mm-hmm. So if it's raining, you could say, ame desu ne. It's raining, isn't it? Or if it's chilly, samui desu ne. It's cold, isn't it? What about hot, like in summer? Japan gets pretty humid, right?
Oh, absolutely. Atsui desu ne. It's hot, isn't it? And you might get a lot of nods and sympathetic murmurs with that one during the summer, believe me. Or if it's nice and cool, especially after a hot spell, you could say suzushi desu ne. It's cool, isn't it?
So versatile. I mean, just knowing those few adjectives can really help you kick off a conversation with anyone. It's a great way to show you're observing the same environment.
Totally. And then, another simple one, especially if you're meeting someone for the first time or you're at an event, is o genki desu ka? Which is, how are you?
Oh, yeah. How are you, right? Or are you well? I feel like that's a classic one that everyone learns pretty early on, and it's super useful. And the typical answer is genki desu or hai, genki desu.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Very straightforward. But sometimes, especially if you're in a more perhaps professional setting or, acknowledging someone's hard work, there's another really common phrase, utsukare-sama desu.
Oh, utsukare-sama desu. That one always throws me a little because it has so many meanings, right? Like you're tired or good work or even thanks for your effort. How do you decide when to use it?
That's the beauty of it. It's super versatile. You can use it when leaving work, when someone finishes a task, or even just when you see a coworker in the hallway. It's like acknowledging their presence and their efforts all wrapped up in one phrase. It's a sign of camaraderie.
I see. So it's like an umbrella term for, hey, I see you and I appreciate your contribution. That's actually really cool. I've always struggled with that one, to be honest.
Yeah, it definitely takes some getting used to, but once you get it, you'll hear it everywhere and you'll find yourself using it too. Okay, so moving from small talk, which helps, get things rolling, to actually introducing yourself, this is really important.
Oh, definitely. Because you want to make a good first impression, right? And it's a little bit different than in English, I think. There's a particular flow to it.
It is. The absolute go-to phrase for, how do you do or nice to meet you for the first time is hajimemashite. Hajimemashite. You hear it all the time. It literally means it's the first time.
Hajimemashite. And that's just for the very first time you meet someone, right? Not like if you run into them again the next day or something.
Exactly. It sets the tone. After that, you typically say your name. So, 私はチャールズです. I am Charles. Or you can just say your name, followed by です, like チャールズです. That's more common in casual settings, actually.
So, はじめまして、ダニエルです. Simple. But what about if you want to be a little more formal or use something other than です?
Good question. For a slightly more formal touch, especially in business situations, you could say, チャールズと言います. My name is Charles. Or literally, I am called Charles. That と言います means to say or to be called. So it's a good alternative.
と言います. Okay, I like that. So, はじめまして、ダニエルと言います. And then what comes after that? Because there's that other essential phrase that always gets me. The one that means everything.
Ah, yes. The all-important よろしくお願いします. This one is a bit tricky to translate directly, but it basically conveys like, nice to meet you, please treat me well, I look forward to working with you, or even please take care of me. It's a very versatile and frankly essential phrase that implies a future relationship or interaction.
Yeah, it's like a cultural handshake almost. So the whole sequence would be はじめまして、ダニエルです。よろしくお願いします. Or ダニエルと言います。よろしくお願いします. And, a slight bow often accompanies it, making it even more authentic.
Exactly. That's the complete package. And, don't be afraid to practice it because the more you say it, the more natural it'll feel, especially in a business context. If you're exchanging business cards or meishi, you typically offer your card with both hands and say your full introduction.
Oh, right, the Meishi Kokan. That's a whole ritual in itself. But just knowing the basic intro helps you, participate respectfully. So you've introduced yourselves. Next up, a common question for getting to know someone better. Where are you from?
Yeah, this one's super useful, especially if you're an international traveler or, just meeting new people. The polite way to ask is, どちらからですか? どちらからですか?
Dochira means where, kara means from, and desuka makes it a question. Simple, yet effective. And then how do you respond to that, Charles?
Well, you'd say your country or city followed by kara kimashita. So for me, I'd say Canada kara kimashita. I came from Canada. Or you can specify your state or prefecture if you want to be more exact, like New York kara kimashita.
Right. So I'd say America kara kimashita or California kara kimashita. Super simple, super useful. And what if you want to ask what someone does, like their job? That's also a common question, right?
Yes, definitely. You'd ask, お仕事は何ですか? What is your job? Oshigoto means job or work, nan is what, and desu ka again makes it a question. It's polite and direct.
And then you respond with your profession followed by desu. So kyoshi desu for teacher or engineer desu for engineer. Simple enough.
Exactly. Now, sometimes if you're speaking a little Japanese, people might compliment you. This happens a lot to foreign learners.
Oh yeah, the classic Nihongo ga ojousu desu ne. Your Japanese is good, isn't it? That always makes me blush a little, even though I know I have so much more to learn. It's nice, but sometimes you feel a bit overcomplimented,
It's a lovely compliment, but it's important to know the culturally appropriate way to respond instead of just saying arigato or thank you, which can sound a bit boastful in that context. The best way to respond is often to say, いえ、まだまだです.
Iie, mara mara desu, which means, no, I still have a long way to go. Ah, that's such a good one. I'm going to start using that, Charles, because, it's true. I always feel like I'm still learning.
Right? It's very Japanese in its humility. It shows you appreciate the compliment, but are also, aware of your own progress and willing to learn more. It's a very gracious way to handle it. And you can flip it back too. If someone is speaking good English, you can say, "Eigo ga o jousu desu ne."
Oh, that's smart. Eigo ga ojosu desu ne. I should definitely remember that one. That's a great way to make someone feel good too. Okay, let's move on to showing appreciation and, how to say goodbye after a good conversation.
Yes, because, a simple arigato omaimasu is always good, and it means thank you very much. But sometimes you want something like a little more casual, right? Or to express more than just a simple thank you.
Mhm. For a more casual thanks, you can just say domo, domo. I hear that a lot and it's not just for thanks, right? It can be like hello or sorry depending on the context.
That's the beauty of domo. It's a true filler word. But for showing appreciation, it's a quick, easy go-to. You can also, intensify arigato gozaimasu by adding domo in front. Domo arigato gozaimasu. That means thank you very, very much.
Oh, domo, arigato gozaimasu. So domo can like amplify the politeness or the gratitude. That's really good to know. I always thought it was just like a standalone casual thing.
It's a very versatile word. Now, if you've had a really nice conversation or, a good time with someone at an event or a meal, you can say, "Tanoshii jikan deshita." It was a fun time.
Oh, tanoshi jikan deshita. It was a fun time. I love that. It's so warm and like really expresses gratitude for the experience. It's more personal than just thank you.
It really does. It shows you appreciated their company and the time you spent together. And then for saying goodbye, if you want to imply you'll meet again, which is always nice, you can say, "Mata aimashou." Let's meet again.
Mata show. That's like definitely something I want to use. And what about if it's more casual, like see ya?
For casual, you can just say "mata ne" or "ja mata," or even just "dewa mata." All these phrases imply "see you later." Mata means again, so very literal.
Mata ne and jamata are great for like friends and casual acquaintances. And what about showing appreciation, like take care?
Ah, yes. For take care, you can say "kiotsukete," "kiotsukete." It's especially useful if someone is, heading out into the rain or going on a trip or even just walking home late at night. It shows you care about their safety.
Kyotsukete. I love that. And what about the classic sayonara? I feel like we need to mention that one, but it's like not always what you think it is, right?
You are so right, Danielle. Sayonara actually carries a sense of finality. It's more like farewell or goodbye for a long time. So you wouldn't typically use it with, say, a coworker you'll see tomorrow or a friend you're expecting to meet up with again next week. It's more for when you're not sure when you'll see someone again or it's a very formal departure.
Wow, that's a really important distinction. So, sayonara for like bigger goodbyes, and matane or ja mata for casual, everyday ones. And otsukare-sama deshita also works at the end of a long workday, right?
Absolutely. Otsukare-sama deshita is perfect when leaving the office or finishing a group project. It's the past tense version of otsukare-sama desu and basically means you've worked hard or thanks for your hard work. It's a very common and polite way to end interaction in a professional or team setting.
Mm-hmm. Otsukare-sama deshita. That's a lot of great stuff, Charles. So we've covered like quite a few phrases today, haven't we? From small talk to introductions, asking where people are from and what they do, to complimenting and appreciating the conversation and saying goodbye.
We really have. Let's just quickly run through some of them again for our listeners, just as a little recap. So for small talk, we had "ii o tenki desu ne," "atsui desu ne," "samui desu ne," and "o genki desu ka?" and "otsukare sama desu" for acknowledging effort.
Right. And for introductions, hajime mashite, Danielle des, or Danielle to imasu, And then the big one, yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Don't forget that one.
Yes, indeed. And asking where someone is from. Dochira kara desu ka? With the response being country, city, kara kimashita. And to ask about their job, oshigoto wa nan desu ka? With job, desu as the reply.
Mm-hmm. And for that lovely compliment, Nihongo ga ojozu desu ne, you can humbly reply, Ie, mada mada desu, or return the compliment with Eigo ga ojozu desu ne.
Precisely. And then for showing appreciation and saying goodbye, we've got arigato gozaimasu, domo, or domo arigato gozaimasu. Tanoshii jikan deshita. Mata aimashou. Mata ne. Ja mata. Ki o tsukete. And otsukaresama deshita.
That is a comprehensive toolkit for socializing, Charles. Seriously, anyone using these will feel so much more confident and make some really great connections.
It really is. And the key, as always, is to practice these phrases. Don't be afraid to try them out. Even if your pronunciation isn't perfect, the effort is truly appreciated, and people will usually be very understanding.
Yeah, absolutely. And the more you use them, the more natural they'll feel. You can practice with friends, or, if you happen to meet someone Japanese, just give it a go. Language learning is all about putting yourself out there.
For sure. And that's all the time we have for this episode of Say It and Go Japanese. Thank you so much for joining us today. You can find us on all your favorite podcast platforms and check out our website, sayitandgojapanese.com, for show notes, full transcripts, and extra resources.
Yes, please do. And be sure to follow us on social media. We're at Say It and Go JPN on Twitter and Instagram for daily tips, fun challenges, and maybe some interesting Japanese cultural tidbits. Join us next time for more essential phrases to help you navigate Japan with confidence.
Until then, keep practicing, and we'll see you next time. Sayonara!
Mata ne!